Here are the basic tools needed to fit an Autotel digital boom helmet kit. We have a standard hobby craft knife, a small pointy screwdriver, a larger screwdriver, bog standard pair of pliers, and a standard glue gun. If you don't have one of these in your inventory, you can pick them up from any DIY store for next to nothing, so it's good to add it to your tools if you don't have one already. The helmet we're using today for this demo is an Arai GP6. What we always like to do is have a nice cushion for it to sit on so you don't damage your nice paintwork. This has a 3-piece chin bar system, so 2 on each cheek and 1 for the front of your face. To start, you just need to decide which side of your helmet your radio connector is going to be on. We're going to fit this to the left hand side. These cushions fit together with a snap-in system. We're just going to gently prise that out from the front there and just release it from the strap holding it in. Okay, so here we have a 5-pin digital boom kit. This is how it will arrive with you. Here's the microphone. Here is the pod, which fixes the outside of your helmet down to the radio connector. To start, we can detach the microphone. Part of these systems is to have the microphone facing the correct way. If you take the muff off the microphone, you can see there is an angle. The angle points in towards your mouth. So when fitting it, we need to make sure that it's going to be facing towards your mouth. The idea of the microphone being on the boom is to make it adjustable so it can be brought towards the driver's mouth once it is installed. To do this, we are going to form a hole through the chin bar, and it's going to come up through and it's going to be glued to the back here to anchor it in position. Manufacturers nowadays do actually have a groove in the chin bar in the back side. This usually lines up to where the driver's mouth is going to be with the helmet on. But it's always best just to check whereabouts your mouth is in the helmet before going ahead. But we know from experience that this groove here is an ideal channel for the microphone to sit inside, so that's where we're going to put it, and it's going to avoid any of this locking system here, just underneath. Small screwdriver, we're ready to make a hole for the boom to go through. I'm looking at the groove on the back here. I want the microphone to come through here and then up into here, ready to be glued in. So we just get that together. That's lined up. Just going to punch a hole through here. There you go, and we can see we've got a pilot hole going through into the groove of the helmet. Using the craft knife, we're going to make just a slightly deeper channel for the boom of the microphone to sit in place. If you don't cut this groove, the pad will not sit nicely against the helmet. It needs to be flush. It doesn't need to be very deep. Just follow the lines of the groove already in place. The incisions are cut into the chin bar. We're just going to use a pair of pliers, gently remove bits of polystyrene. It doesn't have to be very deep. Now we need to make this hole bigger because the boom mic is not actually going to fit through there at this point in time. So we're just going to gently work it with this bigger screwdriver, going back the way we came, nice and gentle. We're just making that a little bit bigger, and you've got a bit of play there just to open it up gently. All was big enough, mainly to open up a little bit on the black lining here as well. We're pushing the socket through from the inside to the outside of the helmet, so it's through the lining, through this padding here, and through the hole into the chin bar. You can put this back. Very gently pull it through. Once you can get a hole in the boom, you're best to go in with that so you don't pull the plug. Before we fix anything to position, we need to make sure we've got the microphone lined up so it's going to be in front of the driver's mouth. I don't know how well you can see, but this is the middle of the helmet. with the chin pad in position, that is in the middle. So I'm holding on to where I had it. That's where we're going to fix it in. So we're happy with the position of the boom. We also just need to double check the microphone is facing in towards the driver's mouth. So still holding the microphone in the right position, we're just going to apply some hot glue into the channel around the boom. Having some down that hole will help anchor it in. Okay, so we also made an extra groove for the connectors to go back in. You don't have to do this, but the helmet usually fits back together again more flush. So we're just going to get the black lining back round. It's around the front. We've made sure our little release toggle is still there. We're ready to go back inside the helmet. Okay, so we need to feed the strap back through the pad here. Then our cable to our pod and radio connector needs to come between this liner here and the helmet. That locks in the front and locks in the back. Pulling that through. The chin pad is fitted back inside the helmet. We can see the mic is nice and central against the front chin pad. And it can be adjusted towards the driver's mouth every time he puts the helmet on to make sure it's nice and close. The pod itself has a phono connector and a 3.5 connector, and it also has a concave side and a convex side. This can be changed by unscrewing and switching around. We're on the left side, connectors facing forward, concave side against the helmet. Once you've had a think about whereabouts on the helmet you want to fix the pod, you just want to make sure it's nice and clean. This is a new helmet, so it's not such a big issue, but they can accumulate quite a lot of grease from being used. Use a gentle degreaser and just wipe clean. So I have the double-sided adhesive pad on the pod now. A nice clean surface on the helmet to stick to. We're going to go just here, out of the way of any names or detailing. Gently place on and then push down for 20 seconds to make sure it's stuck really nicely. Okay, so here we are. The pod is stuck firmly to the side of the helmet. It's well clear of this hands device piece here, so it's not going to get in the way of any of that. Inside the helmet we have an adjustable microphone which is central to the mouth position of the driver.